This is kind of a big question, but do you feel like you're more of an administrator now, or do you still keep up an active performing and teaching schedule?
Yes, that's a great question. I Performance is the hard part to keep up, and I think that's probably because nobody pays you to practice. And so just one of the hardest things about being an artist in general is that there's a relative lack of hard deadlines. If I'm sitting at my house on a Tuesday night and on Wednesday I have a grant due that I need to finish writing, or I can practice for an hour, it's easier to rationalize working on that grant that's due tomorrow than it is to rationalize practicing for an hour, knowing that I'm just going to have to practice for another hour after that and another hour after that to try and always sculpt and improve my artistic endeavors. Having said that, I think that's one of the great challenges of my life and one of the great challenges of the artist's life. And there have been times, especially as the organization has undergone tremendous growth spurts, where I have gotten away from playing the guitar a little bit, and I miss it terribly. And the further I get away from playing the guitar, the further I get away from understanding the reasons why I do what it is that I do day in and day out, which is sit down across the table from people and connect with them and talk about what our mission is, talk about our artistic projects, and ask them for their support. Um, Playing the guitar is incredibly important to me. To be honest, I wrote a book 2 years ago. I wrote another book this year that just was published, and those were two things that were on my mind I really wanted to write about. Maybe we'll talk about those later. But now that I've done those two projects and that the organization has grown to the size that it's grown, we have a wonderful staff. I have it in my sights to start playing a whole lot more guitar. I perform 3 to 4 times a month. So it's not that I'm not playing guitar at all. I do a fair amount of performing. Can't say I learn a lot of new music, but I do get the guitar out and I do play a fair amount. On the teaching side, Chris, I teach a whole lot. I have over 40 students. I'm seeing people for 35 contact hours. So almost every day of the week for me is a 14-hour day, apart from Sundays. So I run this organization in the mornings and until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I start teaching, and I teach until 9 o'clock every single night, Monday through Thursday. Friday I don't teach at all, but I work at the Guitar Society until 5. Saturday I teach from 9 in the morning until about 3 in the afternoon. And I would say 3 out of 4 weekends I have special events through the Guitar Society on Fridays and Saturdays. So major concerts, fundraising events, salon concerts, there's always something going on. And then I've actually started teaching on Sundays for a few hours in the afternoon. So there's a lot of spillover. My primary interest as a teacher is young children. So I teach 5 years old and up. I also am the creative and curricular force behind the University of Texas Preparatory Division, which is called Guitar Project, which is Division of String Project. So I go up there and teach master classes from time to time and train the graduate students that power that program.
Is that program where your curriculum started, the guitar curriculum that you developed?
That's an excellent question. The guitar curriculum, no. The short answer to the question is no. The guitar curriculum is geared at middle school and high school public school application. So we got involved in public school education in 2001 at the Guitar Society. And to make a long story short, between 2001 and 2004, we poured a whole lot of passion and elbow grease into helping out one particular program here in Austin. And that program grew from having 15 students to having 75 students. And the feeder middle school added a program as well by 2004 with about 15 students in it, which meant that we had close to 100 young people depending on us for their education. And our view at the time was that there was no suitable full-scale curricular solution for teaching classroom classical guitar in a really effective manner. And we wanted something that was an A to Z solution that would allow us to teach exclusively in ensemble, conductors conducting from the podium. We wanted a very specific skills development to be laid out. And so from 2004 to 2008, we poured together a lot of resources. We brought in some education consultants and got our staff working on it, spent about $250,000 and developed something called guitarcurriculum.com. And guitarcurriculum.com is owned in every sense, all of the intellectual property, et cetera, is owned by the Austin Classical Guitar Society, which is a nonprofit. And that was our solution to help our teachers here locally teach classroom classical guitar very well. And it's on the strength of the development of that curriculum that the Austin programs have grown to have about 15 different schools that we're affiliated with. We are seeing about 750 students every day through classical guitar classes in large ensembles. And that's really one of the main, fully half of what our organization does at this point is support those guitar classes. Our education staff goes out and trains teachers, team teaches classes, or outright directs classes. And it's all powered, again, by this curriculum that the organization developed between 2004 and 2008. And of course, we're still developing as we speak. We have new pieces that are being uploaded all the time. We're trying to make enhancements. And I should say that our next big challenge, because the curriculum is being used in about 75 locations around North America now, there's a lot of people that we can't go out and help and see specifically the way that we can here in Austin, where we can help people on a daily basis. Because a lot of the teachers that are teaching the material are not necessarily guitar players. Right? You'll have a very highly trained band director who's teaching a guitar class. And so what we can do is we can support that person. Now, in many cases, there are guitarists teaching the classes as well. So our next big project is to develop a full-scale online training program. And that's something that we hope to have ready in the next 18 months.